Benedict Smith once wrote, I wish I wrote about you the way I thought, obsessively, incessantly, with maddening hunger. I'd write myself into nervous breakdowns, manuscripts spiraling out, like tentacles into abysmal nothing. And I write more about you, a lot more than I should. I'm EG, welcome to another entry on an absolutely normal diary. So, a diary is a record of events and observations which you write every day or at frequent intervals. So, when I first got a diary, I didn't write regularly and there were a lot of empty spaces. But then the next year, my mom gifted me a diary, a dated diary. So, basically, it has a date and each date has a page, and you can only write just as much as that. So, I wrote a lot. When I started, because it's easy when it's just this much. You just have to mention the incidents of that day. But then eventually I started writing more about the way I think. And that's when I realized the way people write is based on some emotions. For me, it was when I was upset or when I was angry at someone. You can also be the person who writes a lot when you're happy, when you're ruminating about something that happened in the past and you have no control of, or when you're obsessed with a person's ideologies or your own ideas. After the year was up, I wrote more about how I felt about the day than about what happened in the day. As days went by, I was more vulnerable in it, so my diaries were a part of me, and it was all of my thoughts on ink and paper. Sometimes I take the creative liberty to add stickers or drawings or even letters. The more I added, the more it felt alive. It felt like me and alive, like parts of me. I used to imagine my diary had a set of characters and I name each diary. So it makes it easier because it's like talking to a person you know or a person you wish you met. Like Mrs. March from Little Women or Coriolanus Snow from Hunger Games. When I read my whole diaries, it feels like I can see the person who wrote them, and I'm more forgiving of myself right now. Like, life makes more sense when you see everything backwards. Also, there's a lot of growth in the way I think and respond to people. It makes you worry less about things because you've seen how things work out in the end. And you don't want to be the person who looks back when they're old, thinking about all the opportunities they missed. How do you want to be the person who can tell people of your many, many adventures? Keeping a diary is intimidating at first, and it's hard to face your thoughts. And it's even more harder when you write your vulnerabilities. But then, once you start writing, it just gets easier after that. You don't have to be like, dear diary, I hate my brother. I don't want to see him. I don't like him. And all those stuff. You can say that. There's nothing wrong with it. You can also start off with it because it makes sense. But then, if you don't want to start off all strong, you can do it gradually. You can write about small things. You can also hide it if it helps. You're more expressive in your diaries, and it also feels like people might judge you for it, right? So it's nice when you have a diary where you can write all of those things. You can show parts of it to the people you trust, or even the whole book if you want to. Just make sure you trust them. Don't force yourself into writing something, but if you want to ease yourself into writing something, you can write about your favorite lyrics from a song, or about a movie that spoke to you, or the character you liked a lot. Maya Angelou once said, there's no greater agony than bearing an untold story within you. So I hope this video encourages you to start journaling. Sending you lots of love. Bye.